I was born into war when the Sith destroyed my home. I was rescued by the Jedi. They took me, trained me, made me one of their own. But I started questioning their way. Why are we fighting this enemy and not the other? Rather than answer, they cast me out into the darkness.
Alright, so that's obviously the end of that clip, the teaser trailer. So what I'm going to do now is just talk about the process on how I made this. Because again, another weekend, another Unreal Engine 5 short. But basically, this short right here was supposed to be a 10-minute short film that I applied the Mega Grant for. Which obviously, you know, as you all know, I got this approved. And instead of scrapping the entire idea, what I'm going to do from here on now is actually break it up in pieces. And right now, what I showed you is really just a prologue or the beginning or the introduction of Darth Revan in the underworld. So quick tip, if you have a big project, 20-minute, 30-minute, 40-minute, and you obviously don't have the equipment or the budget for it, go ahead and break it down into different pieces instead of scrapping it completely or just waiting for money or waiting for gear. Because I'm doing these small scale mini script, I am now showing you an idea, and depending on if the idea gets a lot of view, I know what people want to see next. So it's a really good idea, and additionally it just keeps me making things. And when I was trying to become a filmmaker, I got so obsessed with buying cameras, and I would put a story on hold because a new camera was coming out, and it just kept happening and happening. And I got to the point where I really didn't make a lot of movies. So with Unreal, I am trying not to do that. I pretty much have everything I need. A couple of, majority of the things in this short, I just bought off of the marketplace, which I'll talk about here in a second. That being said, enough with the theory and things like that. How did I make this short? Okay, so as far as environment goes, as you all know, I go to the Epic Marketplace quite a bit, and I did find this amazing temple looking thing that I think I bought for $113, which I am going to be using this a lot more. This is not just the only time I'm going to be using this environment. Additionally, the monster I also got from the Epic Marketplace. I just found it on there. Now, unfortunately, this monster, this creator really he doesn't rig his character into a UE4 mannequin, so I was not able to do motion capture for the monster. I just had to use his custom animations, which is unfortunate. I wish everybody would kind of like, if you're selling in the Epic Marketplace, I wish you would rig it to a UE4 mannequin. It would just make it a lot easier. But anyways, that's the monster. And then the character Darth Revan, I actually had commissioned Wii Sculpts. He's been making pretty much majority of the things like the Mandalorian stuff on the channel, and this guy is so talented, and what he's charging me for all these characters, man, I know it's like super dirt cheap for the amount of work he's putting in to these characters. Is just, I'm so appreciative of him. He's so amazing. He's pretty much given away the characters for free, but and that's truly appreciated. He's been with me for since the beginning, making all these characters. So big thanks again for making that character. And after he made that character, I actually had real-time graphics rig the character, because he's like, hey man, get somebody to rig this thing, it's beautiful. So I got somebody to rig it again. He's been helping me out real time for a while with rigging and things like that, just small projects. But yeah, he hooked up the rigging. It looks fantastic. It looks great. And so that's the rigging part and the character part. Now, when it came to the script, again, this whole idea of mine changed a lot because of the scale of things. Now, the environment that you saw in this video was not the original environment on the script that Timothy and I really talked about. Timothy TQ, he's my buddy. We toss ideas. I pretty much contact him and I say, hey man, I got this idea, Darth Revan trailer, send me what you got, and I receive it and I do some rewrites and cut it down really just to the bare bones to tell that story. And this was not the original environment for it. This was not the story for it, but I still took his lines. I just kind of mixed and matched it and came up with this here. Now, like I said, the environment, I had an issue looking for people on, getting what I wanted done again in pretty small budget, so I went with the Epic Marketplace one. So this is kind of different, and again, you just kind of have to evolve your idea. You can't just stick to an idea and just completely scrap it if it don't work out. Just learn to evolve with it, work with what you got, and that's what I did here, just working with everything that I have. And then obviously the motion capture, I used the xsens Owen the Star kit, which I still have. And then for the gloves, for the hand animation, I used the xsens gloves by Manus. Again, perfect combination. I showed a couple of videos on my channel on how to set this up. Super easy. No cleanup at all. That walking sequence, it was just one sequence. I didn't have to clean anything up. That was a straight walk continuously. And again, it was slow motion. So whenever something is slow motion, you actually see more of that jitter, but as y'all can see, it was almost 1-to-1 to my actual motion. So obviously I had a lot of fun doing it, but like I said, if this video gets a lot of views, I might push it forward, because one of the things about making Star Wars stuff is I can't AdSense this, can't make money off of it at all. So, you know, if I'm dishing out $4,000, $5,000, $10,000 for a mocap for a Star Wars gig, I'm not really getting anything in return to pay for that. So but yeah, I hope you all learned something new, to be honest. And like I said, I had a lot of fun making this one. It's a little bit smoother because I worked a lot in 4.27, and then when it came to rendering, I moved on over to Unreal Engine 5, because Unreal Engine 5 straight out was just not happening for me. So I'm still learning as far as a good workflow, but I feel like 4.26, 4.27, do everything on there and then swap over for rendering or the global illumination, whatever you want, in the Unreal Engine 5 and the nanite technology. So that helps out tremendously. I think that's it. Like always, thank you all for watching. Again, at the 50,000 subscribers, I'm going to be giving away a motion capture. It's actually my motion capture that I bought last year. So somebody out there can get started, because it helped me get started with this whole motion capture CG animation thing. If y'all have any questions, let me know, and I'll see y'all later.